Okay, let's move this up. Up, 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 up. Oh, we can't get as tall as that. Let's... Okay, so now what I need to do... Actually, let's just check over our contracts really quickly. So, a new orbital station in solar orbit. Do I have everything I need for that? A docking port, generate power, yada, yada, yada. Can hold at least 5 Kerbals, yeah. Mobile processing lab, cool. Okay. New orbital station around Eve, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Mobile processing lab. Cupola module is on there. Stability for 10 seconds, hold at least 9 Kerbals, cool. And then explore Eve is simply fly by Eve and get some scientific data around Eve. So I'm good as far as that goes. What I need to do now, I need to, this staging, you know, maybe not worry about it. Like, this is all just a disaster, but I think I'll probably just do everything there from by right clicking. So what I'm going to do, I need to get about 3,600 meters per second. Oh no, lights. Lights. Gosh darn it, lights. So I'm going to put, for whatever reason, when I start building big things, I got into this habit of putting red lights on the bottom, just pointing backwards. And I don't ask me why. That's it. Just red. Makes it look more dangerous. And there, red. That's it. Now, of course, we also need, there are lights up on this guy, so that was taken care of. I do want to put some lights. This is the front, this is starboard, so I'm going to put some lights up here. I think this will work. Yep. Two-way symmetry. Kind of tuck them in a bit. Yeah. There we go. Light. I'm hitting the lights. Lights. It wants me to... There. There. And I want this one to be red and to be flashing. Blink on. And the one on the other side will remove... Still wants to click on the cupola. There. Remove that from symmetry. Turn that one to green. Okay. We shall put some lights... One-way symmetry. Oh my gosh. There we go. Just gonna put some blue lights along here. So this is again gonna be white, gonna be blue. They're just gonna come on, kind of point where the exits are. Alt. Another one that way. Don't want our Kerbals getting lost. Sure. Okay, and then I want, I think more red and green lights. This one's just on though. So like here. So maybe, yeah. Two-way symmetry. Sure. A little lower. Now they're going to be white. That's a red one. That one's a green one. Remove from symmetry. Make that one green. And I do need flashy lights. So wait a minute. This is the dorsal side. This is the ventral side. So we're going to put on some white flashy lights right here. How's that? Yeah, that's coming out on the other side. All right, I'm gonna just do that. So white, half-second intervals, blink on. And that's some more white blinky lights. And then I'm gonna turn this one into remove from symmetry an amber light, or ambery, and put the blink frequency different. Okay, good. Save. Okay, so now this still has to get, if I could get this into orbit, I think we're golden. So, oh, I should load this up with Kerbals. Let's go take a look at our Kerbals here. So for the science lab, you do need 2 scientists. Now, people that have been following this series knows I've not been getting many of those rescue a Kerbal type of contracts. In fact, I've only got 1, and that's how I got Louis S. Kerman, who was another pilot. But I want to have 2 scientists, another one to go with Bob. So I just broke down and hired Phil K. Kerman. Phil K. Kerman is a complete and utter rookie. Let's give Phil a little bit of a blue there. I don't know. So Phil is going to be along for the ride as well. We'll put Bill in here. We'll get Jeb and everybody's coming. And then in the hitchhiker, there we go. We got everybody. So we're going to have 6 Kerbals. There we go. Why is that? Come on. Don't come on. There we go. So that's all our crew. So now what I need to do is get this into orbit. So I'm going to... What happens if I just broke down my most powerful engine, I think? I do have those, do I not have those twin bores? Oh, do I not have them? I thought I had the twin bores. Oh dear. Okay, let's save this. I'm gonna go and take a look to see if I have the twin bores. Put the scientist in the lab. I'll put the scientist in the lab there, drunk young guy. Once there's science to be done. Okay, I thought I had the twin bores, but am I just crazy? Okay, that's the. I have to have the twin bores. Okay, wait a second here. Wait a second here. Twin bore. There they are. Okay, I'm just blind. I'm just blind. Oh, sort by mass. That's a good idea, Mark. They would definitely be on the bottom if I sorted them by mass. Let's go back in here. Sort by mass. There they are. They're just so small. They don't stand out. There it is. So their picture's very small. So if I just stuck that on the bottom. Oh! I am over. I'm going to have to upgrade the VAB. I think I can do that. I have quite a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh, how much does this craft cost? 845. I'm a little... Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't want to go any taller. It's the height that's coming. It's 120. I think I should be okay. What does this do for me anyway? This is... Oh my gosh. But not... Oh, not... Oh my gosh. Not nearly the thrust I need. Okay. And that is my most powerful engine, right? The twin bores. They are 2,000 kilonewtons in a vacuum, and yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do, because I need a lot more thrust than this. Okay, I think, how much are these? I think I'm gonna be okay. Let's save, exit. I was just worried if I upgraded this. Oh, it's a part. Oh no, it's the launch pad I gotta upgrade. Okay, launch pad is cheaper. No problem. Tier 3 launch pad. It's the launch pad that's the problem. So what we're gonna do is back to twin bores. Let's just put on. Where are those decouplers? More twin bores. It's real. Oh, now the thrust is great. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I have the wrong thing on the bottom stage? Oh my gosh. That was my problem. I had the wrong engine on the bottom stage. Oh, the thrust is fine. Oh my gosh. The thrust is through the roof. I think I had the nuclear engine on the bottom stage and it was freaking me out. Where is that decoupler? Why are you way there? Can I remove you from staging? What's this one then? There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. I was so worried about thrust. The thrust is fine. In fact, I might be able to even scale this down a little bit. Oh my gosh. Let's scale this down. Scale this down. So I'm looking just really at something like an upper stage type of dealie. Where's that skipper? Okay, it's the mainsail. The skiff. I'm having... There it is. The texture's throwing me. Okay. Oh my gosh, of course. Get you there. Okay. That's the kind of thing. So that could deal with a nice... That's a nice upper stage motor. I might be able to even go a little smaller. Where's the skiff? Let's arrange these by mass. The skipper. Mainsail. Nuke. Poodle. Oh, is the poodle... That even... What is a skiff? I don't think that's enough. Oh, it keeps putting it in the wrong stage, though. No. Go with this. Fine with that. Okay. So that's going to be like an upper stage motor, and then we're going to go to these guys. I don't even think I need the twin bores. I think I'm going to go with some jumbo 64s here. Some mainsails on the bottom. Asparagus, stage these together. Get all these engines all going at the same time. For some reason it just wants to do this. Okay. So between these two, I got about 3250 meters per second or thereabouts. I have ample amounts of thrust, so I can just add more cans till I get my delta V I need. So what if I do this? I'm looking at these two. These are my two go up in the air type of things. That's 3700 plus right there with a lot of thrust. So I might actually scale this down just a smidge. Get you guys. Nope, I need more. Got the music in my head now. I'm getting in a good mood. That's 30. That should be good. And might need a little more, but it'll do for now. Of course, keeping this thing on the straight and narrow, as it were, is going to be less than... it's not going to be non-trivial. Why will you not go there? I think the fairing, it doesn't like the fairing there. There it goes. Just get a little bit so it clears the fairing there a bit. We'll strut the bejeebers out of this, but I got a lot. Vacuum. It's closing, oh, well over 3,600 meters per second. Plenty of thrust. Strut, strut, struts. Oh, it's doing that for me, is it? It's going to be that way, is it? Fine. What if I go the other way? Yep. Let's move these fuel lines. Oh, I'm also going to, because this is going to need all the attitude control. Oh, I do not have the big reaction wheels. So we'll see if I gotta unlock those. Well, we'll keep it for now. We'll see what happens. There's some Separatrons to help push said contraption away. little bit of a downwards there. There, the separatrons are clearly completely in the wrong spot. I'm wondering if I'm having mouse issues with the way this is. It seems like my mouse is misbehaving. There we go. Okay, the lift is completely, like, there's a lot of drag up here, which has been pointed out, so I think I'm going to need some significant attitude control down here on the bottom. Don't let that center lift fool you. This is not going to be a pretty thing, but we'll do a test launch and we'll see what happens, and if things go bad, they go bad. Okay, and get the boat tails on these. Yeah, boat tail on you. No, I can't change the top part. That stinks. More struts up at the top. And for people in the chat, I am going to apologize right now. I find it... This is going to be an interesting strutting situation here. We'll see how it goes. Go this way. I find it very hard to read the chat while I am doing this. That one strut is not right. Nope. What happened to it? It vamoosed. There it is. That looks better. I know the DV tools are on vacuum. I'm very comfortable with that. I want them on vacuum for now. I'll adjust it for once we go to adjust the thrust to weight ratio. But whenever I'm building the rocket, I'm always, pretty much always in vacuum. Okay, let's put these guys on their own stage. Oh, for goodness sakes. There and there, and now we'll put it on sea level and we'll adjust that launch thrust to weight ratio. I think I'm going to go a little higher than I normally do. Yeah, 1.41 seems fine. All right, are all the Kerbals aboard? All right, let's see what happens. Just going to see what happens. And this is just going to be a test. Now this is going to be, in all likelihood, a wobbly, blobbly mess. But there's only one way to find out, so let's do it. So, boom, and we're off. There's step one. And cleared the tower. It has cleared the tower, so that's a good thing. I'm going to usually start pitching over at about 50 meters per second, but I'm actually going to wait to maybe about 100 and go a little bit steeper because I do not trust neither the aerodynamics nor the stability of this thing. And we're going to pitch over a little bit, and we're going to lock that on the prograde. Headings at, oh, now it's 89. It was at 90 there for a little bit, so let's see if we can get it back on 90, but pitch over a little bit more. Okay, not bad. So far, not so bad. Yeah, I'm going up very, very steeply. No question about that. Cleared the tower, we're calling it a day. Alright, mission successful. Okay, now let's put this here. I'm going to reduce throttle actually a little bit here. Try and keep that apoapsis from getting too far ahead of me. This is a really steep ascent, so it's not very efficient. I probably could have been pitching over more quickly because it does not seem to be struggling at all. Okay, we are locking on to the prograde vector. Because we're up at such a high altitude, I really want to reduce this throttle. I don't want this apoapsis to get too high. Alright, let's do the fairings. I'm pleased with that. I am pleased with that. So we're going to go for a 90-kilometer apoapsis. I could definitely have gone up more steeply. No question about it. But we'll see how this goes. Or not more steeply, I mean less steeply. Sorry. Okay, we're going to cut our throttle now. We're only a minute away from apoapsis, so... we're in space. Oh, that was a bad idea, deploying solar panels, because they're right into... solar panels are right on those radio boosters, so that was not a good idea. But we'll see what we get. Let's put this on the horizon. Still got a lot of burning to do. A lot of burning to do. I'll be honest, that went much better than I thought. Okay, let's start throttling up. About 30 seconds, 25 seconds from apoapsis. Probably pitch up a little bit too. More throttle. Come on, let's go. And we broke our solar panels. That was to be expected. I should not have. That was just me being dumb. And I can tell I'm going to be having to pitch up here. Just pitch up. Pitch up. Pitching up because we're right on our apoapsis. I do not want to pass my apoapsis because then we'll start going down. You can see I'm going up still on the altimeter, so that is a good thing. We're really surfing right on that apoapsis. Pitching up a bit. So this is not exactly efficient. I'll most certainly say that. We'll do it. But if this all works with this crappy ascent, then I'm going to be... I'm pretty confident for when we do this for real. I'm gonna run out. I'm running out of fuel. Oh, locking on prograde. Maybe not. Yeah, I only got 38 meters per second left in this. But it's very close to an orbit. I think what I should do... that's a lot of pitch up. This is very, very inefficient. There, we're out of fuel. So that was not the plan. However, I wasn't too... Ooh, we got some real kind of wobblies happening here. Real wobbly. I don't like this stuff. So we might do some auto strutting in this. Let's see. Well, let's get an orbit first before I start playing. I don't like this. See this wonkiness? I did some auto strutting. Would that really help? That took care of it right there. Auto strutting just this core. Okay, I'll fix that. Alright, so there's an orbit, but okay. What we're going to do, revert flight. I'm actually okay to vehicle assembly. I think if I did a halfway decent ascent, I would have gotten up with still fuel left in this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to just auto strut these guys to prevent that there. Oh no, let auto strut to the root part, or auto strut to the grandparent part. Because I noticed when I auto strutted to the heaviest part, it was these boosters that, and as soon as those boosters are gone, those auto struts would be gone. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Okay, so what I am doing here, what am I doing? We're going to my really, really sad and pitiful little space station. So this is my sad little, and the only reason I'm here is because this thing is in orbit and it's the only thing I got in low orbit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my maneuver tool. Where's that thing? That one. Nope. Oh my god, I don't. That's what I'm looking for. We're going to plot, and I'm not going to actually plot it, but we're going to go to Eve. And I can see here. What? 1 year? Not a chance. Not a chance. It's or 2 years from now? No, no, no. I don't believe you. See, it always finds these ridiculous. Like, we should be able to get Eve. Where's Eve? Oh, maybe. Okay, we have a bad situation. We need to have Eve around here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll pay good attention. So we're gonna set a manual alarm for 2 years and 150 days. And we're going to time warp to that. So, bum, 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 alarm clock. Create an alarm. Manual alarm. Eve window. 2 years and 150 days. Okay? We're going to add that alarm. And we're going to leave here. Back to the Space Center. We'll do this from the tracking station. So if I start to see that the Eve window is coming up, I'll stop my time warping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see, do I have the EVA kits and junk and repair kits? So in here, oh wait, open up Gilly 1. Cargo. So there's my EVA repair kit. Or not the EVA experiment kit. I need that. Actually, why don't we put that in the hitchhiker can rather than way up there? That makes way more sense. And actually, we'll throw in a stack of repair kits too. We'll put in one more of the EVA experiment kits. I mean, why not? And then we'll put in a stack of repair kits in case we break stuff. There we go. Save all that. I think that's enough. New exit. And I am going to talk about Kerbal Engineer. I do have Kerbal Engineer installed, and Kerbal Engineer often does give different answers, and we'll talk about that. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the tracking station. We're going to watch this from here. So we're going to center our view on the sun. We're going to turn off everything. We're just going to watch. So the phase angle, which is if you connect Kerbin to the sun and Eve to the sun and take a look at that angle, that's called the phase angle. And for our transfer to Eve, you want that phase angle to be negative 54 degrees, which is behind 54 degrees behind Kerbin. So Eve needs to be around in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on this alarm. We'll see how accurate it is. But if it looks like we're getting an Eve window before, they're getting all kinds of mystery goose. On Mimis and on the moon. But unfortunately now I'm at full time warp. I think we're going to get a window before. I think we're warped. I think this alarm is it finds an too optimal of one. So what we're going to do is probably just ignore this. You can see Eve coming around, and when Eve's around about 54 degrees behind Kerbin, that's our window. And I think that's going to be happening before this alarm goes off. In which case, I'm going to pull out Kerbal Engineer, and we're going to use Kerbal Engineer to do this rather than use the game's maneuver tool. I'm sure the maneuver, it would have worked out for us, would have been great, but we're clearly going to get a window before this time is up. You can see now it's about getting close to 90 degrees. I'm going to stop way ahead. So let's stop. Okay, so I'm going to ignore this here. Yeah, delete that alarm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out Kerbal Engineer. And we're going to edit what Kerbal and oh, how's it? Can you not show it in here? Control bar. Okay, let's put this here. And we're going to edit this and we're going to add in a phase angle. So phase angle, I think, has to do probably with rendezvous. There should be a phase angle in here somewhere. Up here, relative. Oh, no. Oh, phase angle is installed. Oh, I need to change this. Okay, I know what I need to do. Close the editor. Change the reference to Kerbin. Set our target. Oh, I have to do it from map view. Okay, we're cool. Reference is Kerbin. Target is Eve. Okay, so see how this works? So with Kerbal Engineer says reference is Kerbin. You want to have the reference be Kerbin. You want the target to be Eve. And in this situation, it's actually giving us our true phase angle, which is negative 91 degrees right now. And then it's telling us what our actual transfer angle is. What we're looking for is negative 54 degrees. So this is a mod, Kerbal Engineer. So it is definitely going to help me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to time warp some more. And I'm going to stop before we get to negative 54. So I'm looking at this phase angle here. Say around negative 60. Okay, there we go. So we're a little bit a ways from the ideal position, but that's okay. I want to stop early. Turn that off. Turn that off. There we go. Be good. We're going to launch our rocket. It also gives time to transfers as well. Yeah, but I like having that phase angle. Okay, let's warp to sunrise. I don't want to do this at night. Warp to sunrise. I'm being a minimalist when it comes to Kerbal Engineer. I have a bazillion notifications here. I don't know what... Oh, I think I do know what that was. Yeah, delete them all. I don't care. I don't care what they were. Okay, going to the launch pad. We're going to launch the Gilly 1. I think they're both the same there. And we're loading it up. All aboard the Gilly 1. Let's launch. Lloyd. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of our contract window. I don't care. We're going to F5 because I'm nervous. We're going to go this. We're going to go this. So, and we're going to go here. And we're going to show as many Kerbals as we can. There we go. And we're going to launch this thing. Yeah, I think it all went well, so boom and boom. I have no kind of abort system set up. Normally I don't do that. Normally I like to put on the escape tower and all of that kind of jazz. Let's start pitching over. But you know what? I'll just revert. It's alright. Okay, lock in the programming. I want to get this heading on 90. I want to be as close to equatorial as I can. Actually, normally in my more modded games, when it comes to doing interplanetary transfers, I really like Transfer Window Planner, another mod. But I'm trying to keep this stockish. So that's why I'm only using the phase angle. Technically, you can get away with kind of measuring phase angle. Still a little steep, but I'm kind of just going with it. Technically, you can get away with measuring phase angle, you know, directly in stock. You could use a protractor or something. Okay, lowering throttle. Keeping that apoapsis fairly close by. Still struggling with keeping this on 90. Still a very steep ascent. Should have been more aggressive. I think I'm nervous. Is Jebus... Are there people flying... There might be people flying upside down. Oh, Bob's the one that's in the cupola. The cupola. Lower throttle a little more. Yeah, lower throttle a lot more. Apoapsis is over a minute away, so... Locking onto the orbital prograde vector. And again, we're going for an apoapsis of 90. I find that a good getaway. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll go for 90. It's okay. Oh, shoot. Fairings. Forgot about my fairings. All that weight. Again, maybe with the drag of this stupid heat shield, might not be a bad idea to wait on the fairings longer, but it is what it is. Oh, about to lose our boosters here. We are in space. Oh my gosh, I should just keep burning. Just noticed where we're at. We're very close to apoapsis because I had the throttle so low. Yeah, pitch down. Okay, no, actually, kill throttle here for a bit. Let's catch up. Should be good. Still got 1,100 meters per second left in this stage. And our orbital velocity is about 1.3 kilometers per second, so there should be enough in this stage to get to orbital velocity. Lock this on prograde. Might need to pitch up again. Yeah, gotta pitch up a little bit. Getting close to my apoapsis. Don't want to pass it once again. Shouldn't be as bad as last time though. Gonna cut throttle just temporarily here. Let ourselves catch up, but we are there. Still 160 something. Okay, that's close enough to 90 by 90, so we still got this. And now I can deploy my solar panels without fear. Sweet. Okay. Alright, so we are now in. Let's get rid of just that we need to see. And let's start looking at getting ourselves to Eve. So let's see what happens if, again, I use the maneuver tool. Just for giggles. Get us to Eve. When's that going to go? Now it's saying 3. Okay, so we're not going to pay attention to that. So what we're going to do is get rid of the maneuver tool. We'll go back to here. We're going to open up Edit Kerbal Engineer. And we're going to add phase angle. It's under rendezvous. Install phase angle. Okay. And I should be able to get rid of that. As soon as I select Eve as a target, there, it's showing us our phase angle of -60. See that right up there? So that's wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to time warp myself a little closer. Remember, I'm looking for -54. Now, what's funny as I do this time warping, we'll center this on Kerbin while we do this, is if I go to this, Advanced Orbital Info, it does give you a phase angle, doesn't it? I thought it did. Is it under the basic one? Under rendezvous. Yes, there it is. Under rendezvous. See, there's a phase angle there. It is completely borked and useless because it's completely confused as to where to measure this angle, because my target is in orbit about the sun while we're in orbit about Kerbin, and it doesn't know what to give me, and this is a useless number, as you can tell by just how quickly it's changing. But look at Kerbal Engineer. It's going, oh, you have Eve as a target. I'm going to give you the phase angle you most likely want. Isn't that nice of me? So I wish the game did that. Wish it gave you the proper number here. That would make our lives a lot easier. Okay, so we're just time warping. I'm going to go to about -55. And then we'll start plotting our way to Eve. Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, so zooming on in here. Now, when you are... This is my first interplanetary transfer, so I want to get from Kerbin to Eve. Imagine, you know, like for those people that's completely new that you're doing this manually, imagine this was your orbit, Kerbin's orbit, and you needed to get your orbit down to Eve's orbit. What would you do? You would burn retrograde, right? Kerbin's going in this direction, going around, so you would need to burn in this direction. So what that means is, if you want to get yourself to Eve, you need to eject yourself off. Whoops. I clicked on Kerbin there. You need to eject yourself off in a retrograde direction relative to Kerbin. And let's go on the tool. Let's pop it ahead an orbit or two, because we definitely are needing to. And if I have Eve, I'm already seeing I've overcooked this, so let's let's back off a bit. Should be starting to... Oh, I see the issue. So this is why, see how we're below here because of our inclination difference. Not a problem. So what we'll do is we'll put a maneuver here at about the halfway point, somewhere around here. We'll tweak all this super nicely later. We'll bring this upwards, northward, so that the two orbits are meeting. Oh, and there we got our Eve encounter already. Okay, so what we want to do is probably... I mean, we could do this right now. Maybe I will. But just, nah. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I was about to tweak it in, make it as efficient as I can. Nah, the heck with all that. So, let's just get this done. Let's just get this done. So, what I want you to do is select that first maneuver I had. And... there's our... I want to bring this up close to Eve, so I'm going to go to the second maneuver. And I'm going to come more northwards. This second maneuver is going to be tweaked for sure. So it's really just more about getting the timing and everything for the first maneuver right. Up like that. And my goal... Now you can see we're hitting Eve. Clearly that's not going to be my plan. But my goal, if I can do a little bit of retrograde. Which way around Eve am I coming? I'm coming around Eve here. This is my Eve escape. That's wrong, because notice Gilly's coming around this way. We're coming around this way, so I actually want to be on the other side. So if I tweak the timing of this just a little bit. What does it look like at Kerbin's end? Just out of curiosity. So you always want... Oh, heck. That's looking pretty good. You always want this to kind of go right out. I'm just going with it. I'm just going with it. I'm not going to go for the super... I'm always fiddling with these too much. Let's just do it. Okay, so I want to be on the other side, so let's see. If I go to here and start playing with the timing... Oh, that was way too much. 1 second intervals. There we go. And now I'm coming around the other way, I think. Yes, we're coming in over here. We're exiting over there. Let's select the second maneuver. Kind of flatten this out as much as I can. Getting a pretty decent encounter. I really can't complain. What's our periapsis like? 97. Kind of. Oh wait, I want to Go to maneuver 1. Wow. Okay, I don't know why I'm tweaking this so much because I'm never going to burn it this precisely anyway. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do this burn. So I got this coming up in just an hour and 2 minutes. We're going to do a quick save. Oh, I still can't lock to... You guys are useless. Oh, but you know what? We'll be getting some level 3s in just a little bit. Okay. We're going to roll this way for our solar panels. I'm going to put this... So this is a 5-minute... What's our thrust to weight on this bottom stage? 2.09. They can take it. So I'm going to just put this on the maneuver node right now. There we go. We're going to quick save again. And yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Now, what time are we at? Yeah, we're probably just going to be... Clearly, we're not going to get to there yet. Okay, got to get this on the maneuver node. I thought it would stay on there. It didn't. It lied to me. So we're going to get a very brief amount of burn out of this stage, and then we're going to be on the nuclear for the bulk of this. And you can see I'm sort of pointing downwards. That's why I came up to an altitude of 90 kilometers to start this off, because I will be losing a little bit of altitude, though probably not that much. But that's because of the length of the burn. If the burn were longer than this, I would probably split it into 2 separate burns, but I couldn't be bothered. Because it is more efficient to do it in separate burns, but I'm not going to do that. 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go, and we're going to be staging very soon. And now it's the nuke, the mighty nerve, and much, much less thrust. So we'll be definitely doing some physics warping in just a little bit once I'm sure I'm on the maneuver node. Nice purple cone coming off of there. Okay, let's get up to 3 times speed. So holding the Alt key and pressing the period. There we go, and this will be over in no time. This will be over in no time. Kerbal Engineer is off. I don't need that no more. We're launching a little early, so it's probably not at the most efficient spot. If I got a little closer to the actual negative 54 degrees, I'm sure it would be better. But you know what? It's close enough. It's close enough. Eve's a nice big target. Sometimes I make these things more harder than they need to be. And then we're going to demonstrate just how broken this science lab is. And then I think I'll probably close off the stream. There's still some flexing. Yeah, there is still some flexing. Probably in around all these connectors and docking ports. It seems to be up here. Which, I mean, look at this. Is there any surprise that there's some flexing going on up there? Alright, so I'm just going to... I'm not going to look at this from Eve's perspective because there's another maneuver. So I'm just going to complete this burn. And then we'll do the final tweaks with that mid-course correction. Yeah, there's definitely some flexing going on. It's a little hard to stay on that maneuver node. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, we're getting close to the end of it. Okay, reduce throttle. Whoops, not off throttle, just reduce throttle, silly. Okay, and I don't know. Oh, it seemed to be going back up again. So let's close this off. And, oh, that's a more of a correction than I would have thought. Okay, let's see. If I lock this on prograde and give a little puff of RCS, does that make this better or worse? Oh, it doesn't do anything because of the other maneuver node. Of course. Okay, forget it then. Forget it. Because everything I do gets... This maneuver node here will correct for it. So that's... So what we'll do... is play around with... I think the timing of this is pretty good. Whoops, don't be like that. You're gonna be like that, aren't you? Always like to get this at the point where I'm getting the most sort of bang for my buck, as it were. But basically, I want that parry... Oh my god. You know what? Do it this way. I want that periapsis down this way. That's the way I want to go. What? Because most of this burn is normal. So the lower I can get this periaps, or actually no, the higher I can get this periaps, and then I can dial off on the normal. Show you what I mean. Now I should be able to reduce this. That's too low. See what I mean? Yeah. Well, that's probably about it because it wasn't getting any further. Okay, now we need a little bit of radialness. Sort of bring that in a bit. The radial part's not adding a lot. That adds a lot, though. Let's see if I... That's better. Keep missing the little arrow. Okay, which way around do we gotta go? Gilly's going around this way, so we need to go around that way. And the best thing is to try and see if you can get this to kind of be in Gilly's plane as best as you can. Now, clearly that's going to be a little tricky, especially with the fact that we're coming in above Gilly's plane, but we shall do our best. Alright. And a little bit of radial to bring that down. What's Eve's atmosphere? 90 kilometers? So I don't want to come in too maybe 120? I want to come in close to get my capture, but I don't want to be like too close. That's good for now. And again, just make sure I'm going the right way. Going around here in a... No, that's not right. Gilly's going around counterclockwise. This is clockwise. Okay, I'm on the wrong side, so I gotta... Other way. Gotta flip this around. Well, that's looking better anyway, that way around. Again, looking at Gilly. Oh, no. What am I talking? I was looking at Eve's orbit. It's Gilly's orbit I should be, but whatever. We'll fix all that. Okay, that's good enough for now. So we got this burn, what is it? 382.5 meters per second coming up in quite a substantial amount of time. But in the meantime... These guys are on their way out, and it's time for us to put some science into our science lab. So we're going to start by transferring over. I can see Bob is in here. So Bob, you're going in there, and our other scientist is Phil K. Kerman. Where is Phil's probably in here? He is, or she is. So we'll put our two scientists into the science lab. You always want to populate the science lab with scientists. We'll move Jebediah. Oh, we got people in here, don't we? Oh, Jeb, get in there. Nobody's in the lander. That's just silly. And Bill, go in there. Okay. So we'll do that. Let's collect some science. So, for instance, we can do ourselves a crew report. Crew report. Now the thing to notice with the crew report is I've already done it, of course, crew, but what I can do now is generate some scientific data. This is because I got the lab here, so we're going to do that. And so I now have 9 scientific data, and that 9 scientific data can be turned into science by processing it. But what I want to do, I can hold up to 750, so I want to do as much scientific data as I can. And we're going to log ourselves a gravity scan. Oh, wow, we can transmit that. I guess this is the first time I've had that. Get rid of all the science you can. Let's log another one. We'll make some data from that. The seismic thing won't do anything. Press map barometer. Make some data from that. Log temperature. Make some data from that. What other science do we got aboard this thing? I know there's more. Let's, oh, you know what I think I forgot? I meant to put on a, aim camera here. I meant to put on a magnetometer and completely forgot to put on a magnetometer. That's my mistake. Oh well. Open a... Thing is, I'm gonna get so much science, I can be sloppy. Doesn't matter. So we'll do a... Oh, conduct a material study. Generate some from that. Mystery goo. Observe the mystery goo. More data from that. I'm now up to 150 data, so there's still... I think I've now exhausted, though. Oh, I'm still time warping. Let's stop that. Let's get Bob out. Bob can do an EVA report. Collect that. He can also, if I open up the crew thing... Sorry, but where is... Board? What happened to my... There it is. Oh, it's still in the P re-entry mod. Did I not save that? Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, so I don't have any repair kits, but I do have the EVA experiment kit. Somehow I lost those. Have to go back over the video evidence, but Bob's got to get himself... Oh, come on, it's in there. I saw it. For some reason we are losing. There it is. I want that. Bob. And put that somewhere. Oh, here for now. We'll transfer this later. Okay, we'll do the EVA experiment kit thing. Oh, I did the EVA report. Perform EVA science. And again, this is all science we've done. But it doesn't matter. I can now generate... Oh, just keep it. I can't generate data because Bob's not attached to the lab. I should reset the mystery goo and the materials bay. Get rid of this. So we'll restore that. And restore that, and then Bob will go back to his lab. Okay, we go to the lab, we review the data that he just took, and now we can make some data from that and some data from the EVA report. So we now have 212 data in here, and now we can start researching. So we start researching now, and we're generating 2.86 science per day. And that's only from the science that we just got in high space above Kerbin. We're going to be in orbit about the sun, in which time we're going to be able to collect more science and start processing that. And it doesn't seem like a lot, 2.86 science per day, but we're not going to be at Eve until... Oh, I'm now hitting that. Okay, we'll fix that, but... We're not going to be at Eve for another 178 days. So while we're going through this entire process, we're going to be transmitting home tons and tons and tons of science. And by the time this is all done, yeah, I don't even want to guess at how much I'm going to have. But in a sense, for these interplanetary missions, the science lab is almost broken. You can level up your Kerbals with the lab. Phil here, who's a brand new, spanky, shiny Kerbal, is level 0, so we can level up our crew. Make Phil now a level 1 scientist, Bob, of course, being a level 2 scientist. And once we exit Kerbin's SOI and are orbiting the sun, I'll do that again. And the level of the scientists changes the rate at which you are processing the science, which actually brings up another thing as well. The gravioli detector, which is my new piece of science that's on here. Let's log another gravity scan. You can see here actually that this is a scan that I haven't done yet. It is over Kerbin's grasslands. The gravioli detector is one of the few science parts that actually is biome specific in high space. So as we're leaving Kerbin, I can keep doing it. Like I can transmit this, what do we got here? 17 science. I can transmit that back home. And that, oh, we got our intent. I should actually, oh my gosh, why is that? I don't know why that just, well, whatever. I do have another science antenna back here. I'm not sure why that one deployed, but that's okay. We'll let it go. And once that's done, we can log another one, and we can process that one into the lab. And as well, we can EVA a scientist, something else I was neglecting to do. And our scientists can go over here, find that gravioli detector. Where is it? Down there. Do another one. Log it again. And there's still some science here that 14.7 science that can't be transmitted but can still be collected. We can take that data and we can store that, and that will be something for us. See there? Store the experiment. That's something we can, that will be science for us upon recovery of the entire vessel. So there's something to watch for. So there it is. That's the grasslands again. I have to keep track of I'm not going to go over all the biomes. I'll lose track of them all. But it gives you an idea, though. This lab is going to generate a ton of science for me. Let's put him back in. Board. And, yeah, why don't I get a couple of the housekeeping items out of the way. Number one is my weekly thanks, I guess now bi-weekly because I didn't do this last week, of my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. I always like to give a call out to my most recent Patreon patrons and YouTube members. So if we put their names up here on the big screen, we have Jack Turner and Matt Holmes. Thank you very much, Jack and Matt, for joining the crew, supporting me on Patreon. And of course, there are all the links down there in the doobie-doo if you would like to help as well. Or you could be like NC Davis and generate directly into the stream through the super chat. Thank you, NC Davis. No bill stream, let's go. Yeah, we're going to be going very, very soon. So let's get rid of this. The other thing I want to do as far as a housekeeping item is that on my Discord, again, link down there in the dooberdoob, is we have a monthly screenshot of the week challenge, and when those things every month I like to recognize the monthly winner. The theme for last month was sunsets. Very, very simple theme. So we'll just put up our winner. There he is. It is Caverick. Congratulations to Caverick with this gorgeous sunset. Actually, it could be a sunrise. You never know. But it certainly does look nice. He was the winner. And if you would like to participate in that challenge, if you aren't already, you can join the Discord. Easy enough. It's all for free. And you can see what I've honestly already forgotten what the theme is for this month. But it is there for you. Okay, let's get started with our journey out to Eve. Now, what I want to do, because it was something I kind of thought of after Let's focus our view on Eve. I thought of this after the stream last time. So here's my encounter with Eve. I got a nice little, oh, that's a little low, but either way, 17 kilometers. We'll fix that when we come in. That would obviously be rather destructive. But our goal, well, we have a probe we want to drop at Eve, but our landing goal is going to be for Gilly. Now, Gilly is in a very inclined orbit, and what I was sort of planning on doing was getting my capture and then leaving my apoapsis out nice and high. Let's just show you what I mean, like that. And then doing out here at apoapsis the plane change to match the inclinations of Gilly's orbit, and then I can work on getting myself my Gilly encounter. But if you look, notice how my apoapsis is not in the plane of Gilly's orbit. I could, doesn't matter what I do here, there's no way I can ever match Gilly's inclination. There's no way to do this. So what I would have to do is actually do this transfer at either the ascending or descending node with Gilly's orbit, like wherever my orbit here crosses that. But that would actually be really close to Eve. I would have to do it like maybe around here. Actually, even closer still, I can tell. Like in around here somewhere. But to do that would actually get really expensive to bring that down. That would turn into a very, very large burn. And then I realized, of course, that there is an alternative. Let's delete both of those. Let's get the maneuver 2 up there. Delete that one. The problem is that my trajectory coming in to Eve is outside of Gilly's plane. You can't fix that. I do have a maneuver out there. I'll show it to you. There it is. I can't fix that just by adjusting the normal up and down part. That won't work. All that will do is change this angle here, but it won't actually bring this down in our, we're coming into Eve's SOI outside of Gilly's plane. It's not going to work. The best way, what I need to do is get this trajectory down into the plane of Gilly's orbit, and what I should do is actually just move this here. I can show it the most from here. This is the best way to do it. Put on the little widgety tool, turn up the time scale a ton, and start moving forward in time. And if you notice, as I move forward in time, see how this incoming trajectory right here, this is the incoming trajectory, is coming closer and closer. We want it to be right in Gilly's plane. See that? I'm hoping, whoop, there we go. People can see how that is coming closer. And all I'm doing, I'm not changing the amount of the burn, I'm simply changing when the burn occurs. Now, you might be noticing this is completely wrong now, and you're absolutely right. I do have to now fix this. Oh, I have to come this way. So I am going to increase the size of this burn, there's no doubt about it. But what I am doing is going to be, and I think I need to put in a little bit a radial component too. Yes, that way. So I'm coming around the right way. I can still see I'm not low enough there. But this is the cheapest way, I think, anyway. I think this is the cheapest way to get. And then I don't have to make the huge plane change. This is getting close now. When I get to Eve. This is going to take a little bit of playing around, unfortunately. Not the funnest way to start this, but I wanted to sort of show people this. I think it's worthwhile. Bring that back this way. You can see I'm getting closer. I'm going to put this right like that. There. And what I'm really looking at is this incoming trajectory. I want it to be along the plane, in Gilly's plane. I have to turn this down so I can make the maneuver adjustment. Move this up. Forward in time. I think I have to move it up a lot further than where I am. Back to here. Oh, a lot more than that. So this is going to turn into a bigger correction, but oh, now I'm getting close. Now you can see how close that, look at that. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I need to get this in closer. Doing that with the radial. That's going the wrong way. Maybe a little bit. Nope, the other way. You know, I think I actually moved a little bit too... I'm a little bit below it now, so I'm going to back up a bit. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna stick with that. That's looking pretty good. Now I'm hitting Eve. That's clearly not... Shouldn't be part of the equation, hitting Eve. Of course, that messed that up. I think I'm only going to play for this for so long. I'm almost there. A little less. And the closer you can get this... Maybe if I see it from there, now you can really see how that's like right in the plane of Gilly. That will make this a lot cheaper once I get to Eve. A little bit more spent now will save me in the long run. There we go. About 120 kilometer periapsis. That's nicely comfortable. Nicely in the... There we go. So, yeah. So, fiddling with planes. So, we're making this burn a little... Okay. But in the meantime, I'm going to F5. We're going to do a little time warping. Let's get back. And we'll get out of Kerbin's SOI. So, let's time warp to here. Say goodbye to Kerbin, everybody. Hopefully, we'll be back.